Mr. David Davis.
Thank you, Speaker. Mr. Anderson, in his excellent report and in the preamble to it, said the current law is fragmented, obscure, under constant challenge and variable in the protections it affords the innocent. He went on to say a multitude of alternative powers, some of them without statutory safeguards, confuse the picture further. This state of affairs is undemocratic, unnecessary and, in the long run, intolerable. Of his 124 recommendations, the Shadow Home Secretary picked up perhaps the most important, which was this issue of judicial authorisation. This country relies on ministerial authorisation more than any other country in the world, with the possible exception of Zimbabwe. Will she please look hard at this recommendation with a strong recommendation that it is carried out and that the transfer of power to proper judicial authority from ministerial authority takes place as soon as possible?
As I indicated in my response to the Shadow Home Secretary, we will be looking at that recommendation. Indeed, we will be looking at all of the 124 recommendations very carefully, and obviously will reflect on the what David Anderson has said, and also reflect on any further debate that takes place in relation to this. As I said to the Shadow Home Secretary, I think it is important that we recognise that question of the relationship between the executive and the judiciary is not just one which relates to the powers that David Anderson has been looking at. And we need to think very carefully about this particular issue. I recognise the force with which my right honourable friend encourages me to go down that route, but today I am not in a position and do not intend to say that the government is going to do one thing or another. I think it is right that we reflect more fully on these aspects and come with our proposals in the draft bill that we will publish in the autumn.